Sexy People Podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm joined with my co-host, Leevonlux, Suicide, and our guest, Zara Coz. Thank you for being here.
You're butchering my name lately.
Am I? What have I done now wrong? I'm just adding many things. Lux, Leeann, Suicide.
In your defense, I've had like 4 or 5 name changes over the last decade,
You
but
can't change your name
you're
in the
meshing
middle.
them all together.
Yeah. What do you want?
It's Leevonlux, but
Leevonlux.
we could just go with Lee or Leeann is fine.
Okay. I'm gonna start over. Sexy People Podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm joined with my co-host Leevonlux and our guest Zara Coz. Thank you for joining us, Zara.
I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Thank you. Okay, wait. So we're all over the world. I'm in New Jersey. Nobody wants to be there. Leeann is in
Nashville currently.
And Zara, not down to the GPS location, so for your safety, but where are you?
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now.
Very nice. Okay.
We're all over.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I got to admit, I'm a fanboy. I've never admitted this before. I started following you on TikTok, and then I was like, oh, that led to Instagram, and I was like, oh, that led to Twitter, and so now I'm in too deep, and I'm really uncomfortable about it. I'm a little nervous, and I feel like a boy in elementary school.
Aww.
So don't be.
So that's where I'm at. So thanks for being here. Have you done any podcasts?
No, not yet. This is my first one, actually.
This is great.
Oh my God, we're popping the podcast virginity here, the cherry.
This is fantastic. So how do you identify what you're doing? How do you tell people what it is that you're I don't know. How do you identify as a performer, I guess?
Okay, so I'm having another work as well. I'm a model, and when the modeling started going down because of the coronavirus with all the travel bans, I started working on my OnlyFans because I don't mind showing my body. I'm extremely confident, and it's just okay, well, whatever. People want to see it, I'm gonna show it. But at first it started simply because of money, honestly, and I started growing other platforms to supply OnlyFans with traffic, but now it's more like my platforms are growing and supplying OnlyFans with traffic, but it's not the main thing why I'm growing like TikTok or Instagram. So on my OnlyFans, I am posting sexy content, obviously. Not too explicit. Some girls posting everything and doing everything. I don't do boy girl content or girl. I did it one time, but there was nothing too much, I just generally record myself and talk to them hey guys, today I ate this and the police guy stopped me, fucking motherfucker, and just things like that. So I'm really enjoying creating content, and it brings me money, and I'm talking to people. I don't have that many friends in real life, so it's enjoyable for me. Honestly,
your OnlyFans is more like a diary, like a live diary that people can tune into and see your day-to-day life. Yeah. And sometimes you're nude, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Well, so much to unpack. Number one, I love that. Wait, so were you raised in the U.S.?
Oh, no, I'm originally from Russia.
So you've only been in the U.S. for 5 minutes and you already hate cops. So I'm pro that. That's great. That's my favorite thing that's happened so far. Okay, so me and Leeann had a whole episode where we went in depth about what it is that people on OnlyFans are offering, what they're claiming that they're offering, and a lot of it is vague, I think, because of the sex aspect of it. But on some level, I think me and Leeann have decided OnlyFans is where you show your pussy. Is that fair? Is that a fair thing to assume, or is that not?
Again, what did you say? OnlyFans is for what?
Is where you show your pussy.
Are you fully nude on OnlyFans?
No.
Bella Thorne upset a lot of people because she did no nudes and she sort of claimed that she was going to.
Okay, so I do offer this type of content where you can see it, but it's more expensive. So it's basically for VIP guys. Right. Otherwise, I am sending videos pretty much every day. So when I'm in the mood, I'm in the sexy mood, because I don't like to create a fake video when I'm actually not in the mood to do so, because people will see that I'm faking on the video, which is not good. Yeah. I know some girls do corny. Because it's whatever, they're not going to see, but men do see. Mm-hmm. Don't lie to yourself, they do see. So I do a pussy content and stuff, but it's more expensive, so it's for a limited amount of people.
Sure.
But most of the people, from what I know, they're actually jerking off on my TikToks, which I didn't know, honestly. I didn't know that was enough. So
No,
I was kind of surprised.
This is the thing you need to understand about dudes. We can jerk off to anything. We'll see a person in real life just walking across the street, and then we'll go home and an hour later use that. It's boundless. So yeah, if you are,
I wouldn't have thought that either, though. I wouldn't have thought that people would just see something on TikTok and jerk off to that.
Oh, really? No, 100% people are whacking it. I've never done it, but people are whacking it to TikToks 100%.
It's like 8-second video. Come on.
I know. And like TikTok, I think is the most PG of all platforms, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's so funny that something can be, I guess, well, I mean, a hot body in a bikini, I'm sure could do it. I guess that makes sense.
I'm here for all the belly button content, to be honest. So.
What?
People have to like, are you a boob guy? Are you a butt guy? I'm a belly button guy.
Belly button. This is so funny.
Yeah.
Innie or outie?
No, I like it when it looks like a like a balloon knot stretched like too far. Like that's what I like. I don't know how to. You have the correct belly button.
I know what you're talking about, but like that's so weird.
Look at this. Look at this young lady's belly button. That's the one we're talking about.
So funny. That's very specific.
Eric in the booth says, I jerk off to the idea that I haven't jerked off yet today. That's a real thing for dudes too. Is we're just like, it's 3 o'clock. How would I make it this far into the day?
In the anticipation of you're getting,
or like you're just too busy and you're like, I better jerk off today, or who knows what's gonna happen. So okay, so what's your number one platform right now, Zara?
Number one from which perspective?
I don't know. Like, what do you put the most of your time into? What do you care the most about? Where do you find yourself? These are 3 different questions. Where do you find yourself the most real? I guess maybe also.
So okay, I was thinking like, what is the point of me doing all these platforms, holding them and doing some things? So when I started TikTok, it was seriously strictly for OnlyFans because I knew it's gonna work and people converting really, really good. But now TikTok is the way how I can show my personality to people because I have my own style. You can't just push it away. If in the past I was just like doing trends and that's it, I started showing my personality. Instagram is just good to have. Okay, it's good to have, and OnlyFans is obviously where I'm putting most of my energy because it brings me income. So and I have a lot of people there that I have to talk to and keep them engaged. Otherwise, it's just not going to work.
Yeah. So okay, so if I'm getting this correct, you were like, I want to have an OnlyFans. The best way for me to just get random people who have never seen me before is to get on TikTok and entice them that way. Well, how did you come up with a strategy to convert a TikTok viewer to your OnlyFans? Because you're not doing anything that's OnlyFan worthy on TikTok, right? Because of Leeann said the rating.
Super PG. Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard from another person that is actually a manager and he's working with more of a models and celebrity girls. So that's the way they were doing it. At first I was thinking like, how can you convert people from TikTok where you don't show anything to OnlyFans? But people on TikTok actually do look for OnlyFans creators.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because so many girls started it. Every time they see a sexy girl that has some kind of a pot text to her videos, they know she has on OnlyFans and they're looking for it.
Yeah. Wait, what was the thing you put in quotes?
The pot text. I don't know if you have it in English.
What's
actually.
pot text?
How do you explain it? So basically, when she's showing her body off, but not like too much, not enough for TikTok to bang her, it's a sign for them that I have OnlyFans.
I see.
Look for it. Yeah.
Okay.
There's little there's nonverbal cues that I can go pay to see your butt somewhere.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, even on Instagram, when I see a girl that's like half naked or twerking or whatever, I'm like, she's probably doing this for something. It's probably not for some people think it's for attention. I mean, I'm sure that there's those girls as well, but mostly it's like she's making money from this somewhere.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Wait, so I guess so. You launched us on the idea that what's the difference? I'm okay with my body. I want to show it off. During the pandemic, I guess, when did you find that OnlyFans would be a viable option? How long had you been considering it? Was it like, oh, this exists, let's get on it? Was it like
Right, like did
like
you
an
just
immediate?
join
Yeah.
in the pandemic?
No.
Okay, you were on.
Well, I have a long story. So
Okay.
I was a webcam model in the past.
Okay.
I don't really want to discuss this part because it wasn't a happy part of my life.
Sure.
Exactly. I was doing it because I had to.
Mhm.
Okay, so I had OnlyFans then for a year, but I really didn't do anything. I was just like taking the traffic from webcam, and it wasn't much. So it was kind of like on the background, some additional income. But then I decided to leave the whole webcam modeling. I started modeling. Modeling didn't go well because it started all during the pandemic. So I was like, people make money on OnlyFans. I can do OnlyFans.
Sure.
So I just started working on it since December, like working on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, this past December?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you even did it without like the pandemic flow of people.
Yeah.
There was still a little pandemic flow in December, but the real flow was I started it December, I think 2019, just a place to throw my nude images that I couldn't post anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just make like a few hundred a month. And it was like, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit. And then all of a sudden it just blew up by itself without me even giving it attention. So then I started to give it attention. And I know that girls that were already on it in about, I want to say mid-April, just realized that they could have an entire lifestyle built on OnlyFans because of the pandemic, because people were home doing nothing. They were getting all kinds of unemployment money, stimulus money, and had nothing better to do than jerk off. And I was like, give me. I was like,
I'll
I'm
take it.
born now. Yeah, basically that's what happened.
I think it's some of that. I think it's also some level of the girl from like Syracuse who just gets on there, who was hot in Syracuse, really drove the notion. It's like I can see the girl I went to high school with naked now, which
yeah.
wasn't an accessible thing. And I think that spread like wildfire through the pandemic. Whether it has to do with money or not, I don't know. But like as a comedian, though, a whole other side business for girls in this thing became a joke at first. Like, oh, I have an OnlyFans, and then people would start an OnlyFans, and they were like, this is not a joke. Like, this is real money.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's like OnlyFans, I think, blew up in that time because of the girl next door that was like, well, I need to make some money now.
Right.
Let me try this. And everyone was like, oh, I could see Stacy from down the street naked on this website.
Something
And then
great about that.
porn stars were like, wait, these girls are making money doing what I already do with an agent and a production company. And then they drove it even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge. It's huge now.
So I guess the question then is, since you're talking about it, so as an OnlyFans person, are there things on the site that drive people to you?
No, they have like a thing where they can show you to random people, but people generally don't subscribe because they don't like to spend money on something or someone they don't know. So if they already see on TikTok, they are following you there, see a few videos, they're like, yeah, I like her. But just seeing your profile pic, they don't want to just spend their money.
So there's no like explore page, there's no algorithm, there's nothing that's in your favor on OnlyFans. It's just figure it out and we'll take a bunch of money from you.
Yeah.
That's where OnlyFans is dropping the ball. They don't have a main page where you can be promoted on.
Yeah. Now, the two of you, have you tried any other platforms? Are you on the ManyVids? Are you on AVN Stars tried to do something to compete? Are you on any of these other places?
No, not me. I don't have any others. I mean, it's just, it takes too much energy. You already create your own style and you have your like pattern of what you do when you wake up, what you do when you do this, how you talk to people. And I'm afraid if you're going to spread your energy on 2 or 3 different platforms, you're just going to fuck up everything.
Right. Also, Zara, do you enjoy that it has sort of a veil over OnlyFans that doesn't exist on these other sites? Like on these other sites, you can see a ton of people's content for free, where OnlyFans has that veil of like, you have to subscribe. You have to give me something to see something of mine.
Okay,
also, so there's like this veil that OnlyFans has that's sort of like, it's here, but not everyone's gonna see it. Where many things, it's like everyone. This girl that I worked with once on OnlyFans, she did something technically illegal because I didn't sign a release for it. Nicole Doshi, she's become a porn star now, and she had a video of ours on ManyVids, and I was like, whoa, I didn't approve that. I didn't sign anything. I didn't complain because I got some of her traffic over to my OnlyFans, but I was like, someone could just Google this and see this. Like, I didn't say that's okay. You can't do that with OnlyFans.
And it's just not smart business. Let's go. Yeah.
Right. I was like, what the? I let that slide. That one time I let that slide. But
yeah. So Zara, this is interesting, and I think this is important for people, especially the type of people that we want to be talking to, young, sex positive women, and people that we want to like remove judgment from people that you know, use their bodies in skip all that. Your workflow that you're describing, I think would surprise people. You've figured out how to wake up, work hard at your OnlyFans, right? Get the videos up. You're figuring out what works, how it works. I think people that come from like a 9-to-5 background think that doing anything that's not 9 to 5 doesn't take discipline. And it sounds like that's the exact opposite for you. Can you speak to that?
And definitely, OnlyFans is a constant job. You don't have days off. You work from the time you wake up. It's just not a pattern. You don't need to unload trucks, okay? Yeah, of course you don't need to do that. But as soon as you wake up and go to sleep, all this time where you're chatting to your people, which is taking your energy, okay? You create content on one platform, you create content for the other platform to drive traffic to OnlyFans, and then you create the whole content for OnlyFans to sell it, of course, and make money, or do the customs, which I actually don't do that often. I'm very picky with what I choose to do. So yeah, I mean, you constantly have to have a flow of new content, and it takes time and energy, especially if you're being picky. And I'm very picky. If video doesn't look good, I have to do it again.
Sure. So
yeah, it just always takes time, always, 7 days a week.
So this is interesting. What's a custom that you keep getting a request for? Because I find that like statistically just things will happen a lot, especially if you're saying no to something that like it just keeps coming up in the universe. What's the thing that like a bunch of people are asking for that you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not there.
Some sort of a fetish, like lick your feet. I'm not gonna lick my feet. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. As well as
Go ahead. I was gonna say, let's be clear. Are you physically able to lick your feet? Because I couldn't lick my feet if I wanted to.
I can. I just don't. I don't find that sexy for myself or attractive. So if I would see myself licking my own feet on the video, I'd be like, God damn it.
Okay.
No. Okay. No. Dildos. I don't use that. I don't like rubber, and I'm always saying to my fans, I don't like rubber. I don't use it. Yeah. That's it. I just don't want to do it. It's like, you want me to see penetrate myself, and at the same time, I'm not gonna even enjoy it. So
right, you want it to be authentic for you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, these are fair things. Oh, this is the thing I wanted to ask you. And what separates what you're doing from what people consider porn? Because I think we're really blurring this line right now, and I think people don't know. And I want to know like what your constitution on this is. That it's a different.
Okay, so most of the people, I would say 90% probably, they think that porn is a sexual act with penetrations and everything between two people that is recorded in a professional camera and posted on Pornhub. So you asked me earlier about this question that have been asked on Instagram, like, will you ever do porn? That's what they meant. That's what they meant. It's like, will you ever be in a professional porn?
I see.
So no. I am doing solo, maybe some girl content. Plus, if you're gonna go into definition of porn, it's something that's supposed to cause a fast sexual reaction without any emotions. I'm more of a probably amateur erotic creator because I like to attach emotions and feelings. I don't like to do just something like a machine. I do only things that I like. Plus, most of the guys on my OnlyFans wouldn't want to see me with another guy.
Sure.
They just don't want to because they have emotional attachment.
Sure. I've seen some of that in the comments on this podcast specifically. If I'm like having a good conversation with somebody, I can feel the dudes who came to watch their favorite porn star get angry that they're like enjoying talking to me. So there's a weird jealousy in the fan base. Leeann, do you feel that at all?
Yes, but some fans I've had for so long. Just the other day, because I recently started doing boy girl, just the other day someone said to me that they've been following me since the time of Zivity, which was a website that people used to post their nude photo sets for, and you could win like awards and stuff and get paid for it. and this had to be 11 years ago. And they're like, I've been following you since the days of Zivity, and I have been dying to see you do boy girl. And they're like, I just made their life by having a 10-minute boy girl video. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad that I could provide that experience for you.
And that's a different fandom, right? I think because it's like after 10 years? Like after 10 years, like he knows he's never gonna meet you. So the fantasy is probably
I think changed. I have these long-term fans that are just like, they've been following me from just being an art nude model to a tattooed nude model to a suicide girl to a solo person to a girl content. They're like, finally dick. Like they're so excited about it. Yeah. They know they're never gonna have it at this point.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, I just want to see someone get it. Like I think some of them were like, oh wow, she does like dick. Like some of them were like, I thought you were gay. I think they're just happy at this point to see something happening.
Sure. Well, so Zara, then so you said you do girl stuff. How do you identify sexually?
I like girls, but I would never build a relationship with a girl. I'm more into boys.
Okay. Have you ever dated a woman or gone down that route?
No, I know it's not gonna work. I need a dick. I need a guy.
Okay. But
you can enjoy them. You can enjoy women physically enough to create like what you feel is an authentic experience, for, like OnlyFans content. That's fair.
I don't want to sit much further on this, but what is it? Why do you think a relationship, other than dick, why do you think it would be harder to forge a relationship with a woman?
Well, because of the masculinity and feminine part of a woman, those things are like go together. I like to have a man that is stronger than I am. I don't want to, because I know in the relationship with a woman, I would be a man.
Okay.
And I don't want that. I don't want that. I want somebody who's stronger than me, who can like sit down, woman. We're doing this. And I'm like, now
you're a dominant person. You're dominant and you want someone to out-dominate you.
Yes.
Where were you raised?
Kill you, girl.
In Russia.
In Russia. Yeah, there's something about, and I don't want to cross generalize, every woman that I've dated from Russia has a very strong constitution, a very all the things. Like if you like just take a day off as a man, then she'll just start running shit like behind your back. And you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get back to being a man here quick.
Russian women are strong. Russian women are no joke.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's a long and difficult story behind that, actually. The mentality was different in the past, but after the World War II, the people who did raise the country was women. They had to, because most of the men were dead. So the mentality changed then. It was a big change. We had to turn into men.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Eric wanted to ask, where did he go? Eric wants to know one great thing that you like about yourself, Zara.
One thing that I like about myself?
He's like, just one?
One? Well, I'm 21. I'm soon to be 22, and I think I'm extremely well-grounded. I have been always taking care of myself. I know what I want, and I'm a very stable person. I mean, you can't bullshit me, okay? So I'm proud of myself where I am, especially at my age. There's a lot of things to be proud of. I never got help from my parents in 17. I did everything on my own, always. Mm-hmm. So I'm a strong person, and that makes me happy.
Good.
I see that. Very strong, very independent. You do seem very mature for 21. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've found the more people I meet over the course of my career, age is not an indicator of much. It always frustrates me when I'm in these chats with somebody and I'm like trying to tell somebody about a new person I'm speaking to, and then we'll have like one conflict and they'll be like, hold on, let me solve all your problems. How old are they? And I'm like, that's got nothing to do with it at all. I've seen a 72-year-old woman act immature, okay, and a 21-year-old woman be the most mature person I've met. All right, so let me ask the ladies, what happens if OnlyFans disappears overnight? What is the thing that you guys are prepared to do to maintain your fan base, the lifestyle? What would you do tomorrow if OnlyFans just falls away?
Well, I knew you were going to ask this question, honestly.
I didn't
Honestly,
even know I was gonna ask
I knew you were going to ask this question. Well, first of all, when you are in the situation, your mindset is not set into think what you're going to do. So it's really
Sure.
impossible to tell what you're
Fine.
going to do. I mean, I'll tell you that the most popular topic on Google Trends for many, many years is porn.
Yeah.
It's never going to go anywhere. Never. If there won't be OnlyFans, there will be something else.
For sure.
Like OnlyFans. Of
Yeah.
course, it's going to take work again and everything, but you can always build up something. Plus, I have a backup plan of modeling. I can always make money. I mean, it's money. You just have to have a right mindset. You don't want to force it. It's going to come to you.
And then Leeann.
Yeah, there's always so many websites that you can just join. There's so many websites, so many cam sites. I mean, if this goes down today, I'll be on Is My Girl tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or I'll be on whatever, ManyVids, Cam, whatever. But I do also still maintain modeling in person, which a lot of girls slacked on in the pandemic, rightfully so. It was unsafe for a while, but some girls still have not gone back, and they're like, oh, because it's because of COVID. I'm like, no, once you stop shooting in person, you can become irrelevant, you know,
Sure.
especially as you get older. It's like you have to keep that going. So I still model a lot in person, where if this disappeared, I still have enough of that booked up for the next month or so.
Yeah.
And I always have, you know, for the past several years, I've had backup plans. Like I can go back to bartending if I needed to. I can go open up another esthetician location if I needed to. I always got like a backup thing.
Yeah,
going.
you never gave me a facial. I was so excited.
I owe you a facial.
18 months ago, we were gonna facial me. Okay, wait. So that's perfect. So Leeann, I mean, you're a workhorse. We know that. You'll do like 20 shoots in a row, and just vanish for a month. Zara, are you doing in-person shoots now? Leeann, can you guys connect on that front? And if she's interested on sharing contacts, because I know you got a lot of stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that definitely. I'm just with 2 agencies, so every time there's a client that wants to shoot with me, I'm taking a job or not. So it's really not. It doesn't depend on me. It doesn't. So it's not a very stable kind of job. So yeah.
So you don't manage your own in-person modeling career. Do you want to?
That would be great. I would be happy to
do that. You can totally do that. You don't need an agent, especially because you have a following and you're building a following. All it comes down to is referencing. As long as you can reference photographers enough to know that they're safe, you can totally book yourself.
Go deeper into that. How would one do that from right now? And have nothing going. You know, you have a little bit of a fan base. You know that you can do the work.
So before there was Instagram, and this is always what I'm trying to tell newer or younger models, before there was Instagram, we were all on Model Mayhem, and Model Mayhem still exists. It's still a platform that people work off of, and it's easier to reference people. And these are people that are paying for work. So you can still go back to Model Mayhem and you can still book work from there. You reference at least 2 or 3 models that they've worked with. At this point in my career, I don't work with new people unless I meet them at a workshop and I get a vibe from them. But in the fall, I have teamed up with a photographer to actually run a modeling photography boot camp for a day, where I'm going to coach models, and both on the in front of the camera aspect and the business aspect, because you really do not need agents and managers anymore. Like all the money should be yours.
And you just get straight flat rates forever. You show up on set, it's a flat rate.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
like standard nude art modeling rate in New York used to be $100 an hour. It still kind of is. Now, if you're doing erotic, you charge a little more. If you're doing very explicit or working with another person, you charge more. If there's going to be video, you charge more. You know, it goes up like that. If you have a following, sometimes you can get away with charging a little bit more. You could do workshops, you could tour. I do all that stuff, or have done a lot of that stuff without an agent, I mean, when I was a kid, I had agents and stuff. Once I got tattooed, they were like, you're on your own. And I was like, all right, bet.
To be fair, Leeann, being an 11-year-old tattooed model was a risk.
You know.
Zara, how do you handle, since you have such a hard workflow, how do you handle you time? Like, what does you time look like? When does that happen? And what do you do in the time that's not creating?
This is such a great question. I haven't had my me time for a while, actually. So when I feel like I'm being overloaded and I need to do something, I'm going for a horseback ride. in the
Oh, no
woods,
kidding.
just by myself.
In Florida.
Yeah.
You have access to
that's
horses.
so nice.
Yes.
I don't know why this confounds me so much. Like whenever
Me
I go to
too.
Florida, if I see cows and horses, I'm like, what is happening? How did this happen? You have your own horse, or how does I don't know how,
No, I'm leasing a horse. I'm leasing
okay.
a
I don't know how
horse.
having a horse
That's
works
amazing,
at
though.
all. Can you explain like how having a horse works? How do you lease a horse?
Having a horse, it's a pain in the ass. I will
Yeah.
tell you that. Buying a horse is like the least expensive thing you can do. Keeping a whoops, excuse me.
We can still hear you.
I'm
You're
back.
back. Yeah, yeah,
I'm back.
yeah.
So, having a horse for 40 years is another thing because they have a lot of health issues and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's easier to lease a horse.
Sure.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm leasing a horse.
So
because
you
it's-
pay a human being. Are you the only person that gets to ride this? How does it literally? how does it
Yes,
work?
yes. There's a half lease and there's a full lease. So half lease, you can ride 3 or 4 times a week, depending on what owner's telling you.
Yeah.
You can still take care of the horse and other people can ride it as well. Full lease, it's when you can actually take care of the horse as your own. You can come at any time. You can feed it what you want. You can groom it as you want. So I'm doing a half lease because I don't want so much responsibility for a big living animal on myself. I already have 2 cats. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you just go and ride anytime you want to, or you can pay per ride, but it really depends on the farm or wherever the horse is and their own rules.
Eric's being gross. He said, "Do you ever ride without a saddle?" It's probably not gross. That's just me. Do you? Eric says no.
Bareback. I mean,
You ever
what's your
ride
thing?
without a saddle? Serious question.
Trust me, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that, Eric. Okay, so I literally, me and Eric don't know anything about horses. All right, I know I don't. So I don't know. I don't want to harp on this horse thing, but I'm infatuated.
Isn't that kind of a dream of yours though, to have a farm? Den?
Yeah, I want a horse. I want chickens. I want all the things. Yeah, I want a cow, maybe. I met the cutest little oxen over the fall. They were great, and they nursed me back to health after I got hit by that car. So yeah, I definitely want the whole thing. I want turkeys. I've been eating duck eggs exclusively. It's not about me. So when you have a horse,
You have farm dreams.
I
boy
have so
dreams.
many farm dreams. So when you have a horse, I just watched another documentary. Stop it! Stop. Okay, so
I'm just saying, maybe you end up in Florida, and maybe she introduces you to a horse,
just
and you
like
go for
here's
a
a
ride.
horse. Oh, this was my question. Is that the thing? I saw a movie where the horse like kind of has to choose you. Is that a real? This whole like idea that you have to break a horse.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
Which one was I watching?
It's the one. It was just on Netflix not long ago.
Philadelphia, right?
What?
The one in Philadelphia?
Yeah, the Black Cowboy
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Is this a real
Okay.
thing? Like, did you have to like go and the horse had to be like, we like Zara, and then you're riding the horse?
A horse can choose a person if it's not a trainee horse, one
Yeah.
that is supposed to be used for kids and stuff like that. Because like the horse I'm riding, people were complaining that he don't want to run or he was bucking or stuff like that. With me, not a problem.
That's
I
your
mean,
horse.
not a problem. You have to be an alpha in a relationship with the
Yeah.
horse. You have to show power, and if you're telling them not to do it, it means they should not do it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're going to be punished. It's
Yeah.
the same with any other animal. I mean,
Yes. This is important. There are so many bad animal people that that just like let their animals rip. Leeann got so excited when you said you had 2 cats. She's got a 3-legged troublemaker right now.
I do. I have a tripod cat.
okay.
What
I
is
did see one of your posts. When I went to your Instagram, I saw one of your cats, and I was like, oh, cat person.
He's so weird. It's Max. He's a weirdest cat. Like,
what does that mean? What does it mean to be a weird cat? Actually, and Eric is such. I called Eric and Leeann when a cat was trying to break into my house, and I was like, I don't want to let him in. I called them because they were going to make me let him in. What
Yeah.
does it mean to be a weird cat? What does a weird cat do that a normal cat does?
well, he steals all my scrunchies.
Okay.
Yeah, he does that.
What does he do to them?
No one knows. I don't know. I never found one. So
Really? I saw the worst thing on the internet the other day with a cat that had eaten like 1,000 scrunchies. They had to go get them.
oh,
Oh, if he eats like these hair ties,
Yeah.
Yes.
these are bad. Those can wrap around the intestines. But like,
yeah,
Also-
no, he's not eating. He's hiding them somewhere, but I'm
Oh.
not sure where exactly. I think it's behind the refrigerator. So
Okay.
one day I will find it. I'm sure.
Listen,
day
there's a
it's
lot
like
of
crunchy
perverts
castle.
out there that want to buy those, so don't let him steal them. We want to buy that shit. We'll buy your socks and your hair ties.
Okay.
100%. 100%. This is the problem with having the podcast is I let my guests convince me that I could sell articles of clothing on the internet. Nobody wants my dirty socks, I promise. Wait, what's your horse's name?
Know.
His name
You
is
always say you
Vendel.
never know, but I'm sure of it. This is my new thing. If I ever get to play a sold out show again after this pandemic in comedy, I'm gonna offer the socks from the show for $100. And if I ever sell them, I'll call you immediately.
You're aiming high there on the price, but I'm sure you could sell.
Fine. What is your horse's name, Zara?
His name is Vendel.
Vandal?
Yeah, he's a
That's
thoroughbred.
the other problem. You name him something scary, and then people are going to be scared of him. That's what it is.
Well, he's not my horse. They call him.
God damn it, you're right. I'm a fucking vandal.
Oh my god.
Leeann, I've been taking most of the time here. What do you have questions for this young lady?
Man, I think we've covered them. Okay, well, we started off with you admitting you're a fanboy. So
Me, yeah.
Zara, would you ever date a fan?
No.
People ask this all the time, yeah.
No.
So
I have been offered in for like 15, 20 grand. No, this is just like.
Well, I mean, if it's a fan that's like creeping onto your, inbox and your OnlyFans, just like worshiping your body and ask you, like, I can completely understand that. But like, just if someone, just knows you in the industry and they're like, hey, I'm a fan of your work. Do you respect that? Or do you automatically assume that there's some like pervert or something?
You should always assume that. Always, because this is your safety. And I just had so many crazy people around me. I'm just like a magnet for crazies. So I don't trust anybody. No, I just don't.
Fair.
And it's good for me and for other women actually. So no, just to like meet up with somebody, to what point?
Right.
No, you have some intentions in your head. You might not tell me, but I know they're there.
Right.
So
It's
if you want to work with me, if you're like, no, even if there was photographers, but if a photographer telling me, I want to fuck you, and I have to meet with him after, of course I'm not gonna feel safe.
Right.
No, definitely not.
Leeann, how do you handle the creepy photographer thing?
Well, that's why you reference, because it's women's favorite thing to do is talk. So if one photographer is rude to one model, we will all know.
Yeah.
That's why we reference. We all talk and we will all know. But I would never no, years ago I had a very weird experience where I worked with an artist photographer. I was working sort of as a muse, and he started coming on to me hard in the shoot, and I like ran out because I just felt like this was not going to go anywhere good.
Yeah.
And I felt like he could become aggressive, and I just ran.
Did you cash a check?
No, that one I didn't even get paid for. I just ran. I was like, everything in my body was like, run.
Sure.
And I did.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't want to work with someone who could potentially become that way. And I found out that the one person, that's why you reference multiple people, the one person I referenced was a girl who was sleeping with him.
See, okay.
That's not a fair reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's the same for performers. As a comedian, it's I will say 98% I will try not to fuck someone who saw me first on stage, because it's not fair, because of whatever they're bringing to the thing. Like it's not my shit. Like you decided without me that you were into me. That's not fair to either of us, right? I can't live up to your thing, and who knows what you think this thing is. And so that becomes problematic. Which is, but then on the same token, band dudes and comedians and whoever sometimes use that thing as leverage to get laid, which is also kind of wrong.
Right. You've been able to do the opposite of that.
What's that?
You've interviewed a lot of porn stars who are definitely DTF, and you came from like a solid place of no. That's impressive.
We're good. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, we're good here.
Look at you. Proud of you.
Hey, look at that. So I noticed, Zara, that you've I don't know if it was always this way. You were talking about it before. You've kind of like you've streamlined the content so that it is very different on all the platforms. How are you figuring out the best way to? It seems like you have more information than me, like as far as like how algorithms work and things like that, and how to like trend. How are you framing how are you getting this information, and how are you framing each of these things so that you're putting the correct content in the correct places?
Oh, you're just reading a lot on Reddit. And you
Okay.
stalk other creators as well. So
Yeah.
like for TikTok, I already saw what works for me because again, on TikTok, different things work differently for different people. So like for me, I can't post anything in swimwear because TikTok bans it always, regardless. I know some girls are allowed to do that. I can't do it. So I had to figure out the other way. So I'm using really spicy sounds because they're already on the platform. It's a platform tool and I have full rights to use it. So like whatever, daddy fuck me, I can use it. I can sit with a flat face in front of the camera, but it's going to cause a reaction and it just makes video grow.
Sure.
So if I'm just trying to do some dancing videos or cute stuff or e-girl, rarely works for me. So you just have to figure out for yourself what really works. Depends on your style and what fan base you already have or follower base. Instagram grows only from TikTok, so I don't do anything else. And OnlyFans, well, OnlyFans, I'm just doing everything I'm comfortable with. I'm showing my kinks, showing my dark side. Like I like to do public stuff. I just like to do that. Not too public, so people don't see it. But like recently, I was creating a video in the parking lot.
Okay.
And then I just heard a knock in my window. I turned my head. It was a police guy. Okay. So I was sitting with my tits out. So apparently a lady on the parking lot complained because there was a trooper staying there. And so he's like, "What are you doing here? It's a public place." And I'm like, "I was fixing my bra." So anyway, he was just like, "It's not a place and time to do that," and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, "Okay, I'm so sorry." Just let me go. So I didn't get in trouble. I still got this video. So I sent it out. So basically that's it. Oh, I like to do the role play and all kinds of like jerk off instructions. I like to be in power.
I like the JOI videos. I didn't know what that was until a couple months ago, and the guys on my OnlyFans were
instruction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guys on OnlyFans are requesting it. And I'm like, what is the big deal with this? Like, is it that set? Like, I was doing at the time a lot of masturbation stuff. I'm like, why do they keep asking for JOI? Why is that any better? And then I did my research. I looked it up. I saw some girls that did good ones, and I was like, oh, I get it.
So
I get why they like
So
this.
you tell me what to do to camera.
Yeah. I tell you how to jerk off.
How to jerk off.
Yeah, like I'm telling you what to do. So basically, they like the dirty talk of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They like the dirty talk of it and me being sexy or maybe even pleasing myself while I'm telling you what to do. Like they're all about that.
Interesting. Yeah, there's something about this, and this is the thing I didn't realize at the dawn of Snapchat. I started having I was doing a lot of long distance relationships because I travel so much. So I had started doing like all the sexting stuff through like Snapchat. And prior to that, I didn't get the whole like chatterbait thing. And like that was, that was the original like camming kind of thing that I was aware of. And then after I broke up with this girl who we were all of our sexting was through Snapchat. Then at the end of that, I got it because it was like she was sending those videos to me, but now I can convince myself as a viewer that like the stuff that's happening on these sites, that's just for me. Like this is my girlfriend and that's for me. She's like jerking off for me or whatever. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Zara, are you getting trolled on any of the platforms? How do you handle it? What's the worst? Do you just block? Do you engage? What do you do?
So you're talking about cyberbullies that just find a reason to say all kinds of bullshit.
Hold on, wait. Can you say cyberbully again? Because with the accent, that's the best thing I've heard in a while.
Cyberbullies.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking me how I'm dealing with it because I'm getting an extremely big amount of people who's trying to say some kind of shit to me.
On which one?
Everywhere, mostly TikTok.
Yeah.
Mostly TikTok. Even on OnlyFans, I'm subscribing, paying money to tell me that I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I might be a piece of shit, but I'm with your money now, dude. So fuck you.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm just a magnet. I told you, I'm a magnet for mean people. So people asked me about it when I was doing a live stream on my TikTok. And so I told them that there's never a good reason behind these people's words.
Sure.
So what means is that they're pathetic. They're sad in their life. There's something wrong with them if they have a desire to say something mean to you. Like a happy person that is complete in his life with a great relationship. People respect him. He's okay. His self-esteem is awesome. He's never going to go in somebody's video and tell you you're ugly. It's just, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So they're mostly, they just don't understand that.
And I think there's a weird, and I don't want to speak to this as I'm not on the backside of this for you guys, but I think there's a weird thing where if you go online and you jerk off to somebody, then the amount of shame that you feel for whatever reason, because maybe you're married, maybe you're whatever, maybe you're like Christian, then it has to go somewhere. So like, I feel like the guys who are talking shit like just came. Like that's what I feel like. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to feel this way. So it's a weird.
That is so, yeah, that's
Right?
crazy. I didn't realize that people did that on OnlyFans. Like, why would you pay and then be shitty to someone? I think it's weird on any platform. It's like, well, you're following me, or you came to my
Yeah.
page, or you're on my. When I get trolls, I thank them for their engagement.
Yeah.
I'm like, please keep leaving comments. You're
Yeah, I did.
engaged, and I appreciate you.
That's what I do on TikTok. I act like I don't understand the bounds of the discussion. I'm like, oh, what did you mean? And then they just keep like 50
Please,
comments.
keep leaving
Great.
comments. It's fine.
Yeah.
Weird.
So Zara, so we're running on time here, but this is the last one because you said one of the most fun things that you do, or maybe the most engaging thing you do for your fans, is the stuff where you sit down and chat. This is that's not really sexual stuff, but are you finding this is where you get the most? I guess I'm just gonna use engagement again. Is this where you get the most engagement, where you sit down and like chat with the fans and like Q&A type of deal?
Are you talking about OnlyFans or TikTok?
Either.
Okay, so on TikTok, you do that to let people know who you are. So me, personally, I don't like to follow somebody if I haven't seen them actually talking and engaging, because I don't know what kind of person they are. It can be an extremely beautiful woman, but as soon as she opens her mouth, she better don't open her mouth, because it's like the same with guys.
It's an old Russian saying, as soon as she opens her mouth, she better not open her mouth.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. And OnlyFans, I know that a lot of girls doing like live streams and they're doing naked stuff. I'm offering it as an option. You can do the goals and I'll be nude and pretty, or we can just talk, because I think emotional attachment and engagement, that's what they're coming for. That's the difference between porn and the fun page. Okay, porn is not extremely genuine. That's why people go into OnlyFans. They're finding a person they like and they want to get to know the person. So it feels more personal, almost like a relationship between a girlfriend and a boyfriend. So yeah, that's where it comes from. If you're not engaging with them, they're losing their interest very fast, and the shelf life is extremely short.
Yeah. Well, we've reached that weird level where it's way more about who the person is than it used to be, because of some of the things you're talking about, because the way the industry has changed, and because girls have found this ability to control their own content and make their own content, and just and naturally, like you said, you're gonna do what you find sexy and what you find fun and what you enjoy doing, which I think there's like this other idea that like there was a whole period of time where people were just doing things they didn't want to do on camera, which maybe that was somewhat true, but I think largely it was not true. But now it's for sure that people are only doing the things that they're comfortable with on camera, because they have the choice. So there's something nice about that. All right, let's do this. Let's plug all your things. How do we find you? How do we follow you? How do we pay for your stuff?
Huh?
How do we find you? How do we follow you? How do we pay for your stuff? Plug all your.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, what?
What is
okay, you can find me on my TikTok and my Instagram by the same username. It's Zara, Zara, like Brent, dot, don't forget about the dot, and Coz, Coz. And my OnlyFans is Zara Exclusive. If you want to see all my links, you just need to write zaraexclusive.us and it's going to give you all my links, including like all my links.
And we'll put all this stuff, and that'll be wherever you see this, whether you're listening on iTunes, Google Play, or SoundCloud. That's all the links are in the thing, are in the description of the episode. If you didn't know, we got a YouTube episode of this as well, where you can see us chatting over Zoom. Leeann, how do we find you? How do we follow you?
At Leevonlux. OnlyFans is also Leevonlux. That's it.
There it is. Final questions, Eric, Leeann.
Oh, I don't know.
Someone's getting arrested in the background. Well, this is the Sex Appeal Podcast. We drop a new episode every Sunday at midnight, technically Monday. Check us out. We're back running again with the new format with my lovely co-host. Thank you to our guest, Zara, for being here. Follow her. Do all the things. I think you'll find, as a fanboy talking, you'll enjoy the content, and you'll get a little baby crush. Thank you for being here. Keep, pumping our stuff and comment all the things.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.